Alright, this is part 2 of the previous iceberg video. In this video, we will go over tier 4, 5, and 6. And I'm not going to explain anything about the iceberg, as in what an iceberg is. If you don't know what that is, just go rewatch part 1. I mean, if you're watching this video, why go watch part 1? What the fuck is wrong with you? Go watch Kingsman collab. The Kingsman was an umbrella melee weapon in Chapter 2, Season 2. The umbrella could be used to block damage, attacks, glide, and dodge attacks. This item is a huge reference to the film and comic book series Kingsman, which has similar items used within. It is not a collaboration item, instead merely inspired by the media at hand, due to the spy theme during the season. Fortnite takes place on Venus. Fortnite takes place on Venus was a very popular theory back in the days of 2018, before the lore actually was a thing. This theory was brought up by MatPat, you know, the game theorist, or doing political shit that hurts my brain. Due to the absurd jump height and real lack of things that could connect the Fortnite map taking place on Earth, it was believed that it took place on Venus. That can't be further from the truth nowadays. This theory was fully deconfirmed, as Fortnite matches don't take place in our solar system, and we don't have a mysterious orb-shaped creature living inside our Earth. I think. The Cube King. The Cube King was the former ruler of the last reality's Cube's henchmen. Holy fuck, that is a mouthful. That's what your mom said last night. Being the male counterpart of the Cube Queen, he has never made an appearance, is what I would say if he didn't. The Cube King is actually the origin. In several sources, it confirms that he was the Cube King. First off, there was the loading screen called Fallen Kingdom. In the loading screen, it shows the origin in 3 different stages, from Cube King, to prisoner, to member of the Seven. In his lobby theme, a line states,
A member of the Seven, but it hasn't been easy. Let me tell you his progression. King of the cubes. He had all the power, but y'all, he didn't realize the cubes devoured.
hell, all of his cosmetics involve cubes. Cube Ether, Cube Fall, and Cube Scepter. Kinda like the other members of the Seven, he's dead. But he can return later in the future. Chapter 2 map leaked early. Before Chapter 2 began, the map was leaked. It was a very low quality version of the map, with a few changes between it and its official version. On this leaked version of the map, Steamy Stacks, Sweaty Sands, and Craggy Cliffs had different names, like Power Plant, Sunny Shores, and Beachy Bluffs, whereabouts of Midas's gang. In the middle of Chapter 5, Season 2, Midas and his gang would leave Helios and go their own way. However, one chapter later, Midas returns, and only Brutus joins him. That begs the question, where are the other members? Like I said, the only NPC a part of Midas's gang that stayed with him was his right-hand man, Brutus, which is weird. Mousecles and his strange family haven't been seen since Remix, but Cat and Kit did appear in Chapter 6, Season 2. You hiring kids now, Midas? Don't even get me started with Sky, Tiny Tina, and Marigold. These 3 haven't appeared since Midas and the gang left initially. Except in Remix, where it wasn't them fully and was an alternate reality where Ghost and Shadow were hired by rappers. Since the new season dropped, Mouse's has returned as an NPC you can hire. He doesn't have any interactions with Midas, as far as I know. That leaves the rest of Meowscles' family, T and Tina, Sky, Marigold, and Jules. Playground Mode and Battle Labs. Playground Mode and Battle Labs were the first and only times Fortnite allowed you to check the map after an update that wasn't by putting you in a game with somehow the sweatiest motherfuckers at 6 in the morning. I have experienced this. You can tell how mad I am. I misspelled. I didn't even miss. Shut up. I'm angry. Playground Mode was added in Update 4.5 and was replaced by Battle Labs in Chapter 2, Season 1. Battle Labs was pretty much the exact same thing as Playground, but was removed in Chapter 4, Season 1 to make way for the Unreal Editor. Blue Glow Crisis. Holy fuck, I cannot say Blue Glow Crisis for the life of me. In Save the World, there is a mission to collect Blue Glow. This is because home base is running low on Blue Glow and needs more of it. Nothing else to say, that's all. Scrapped belly dance emote. In the opening cinematic for Chapter 2, as well as the cinematic trailer for that same season, there is a shot on the battle bus as it's going past several skins emoting. One of these skins, Rustler, was belly dancing. For the reason why this emote was removed, I'm not sure, but I can only speculate that it was because of the sexual tone belly dancing usually has. Now, I know that there's a small percentage of people that were disappointed that this emote was removed. However, you guys got whiplash now. And as of recording this, another emote called Denial is a River. Fish Stick died. This entry has spoilers for issue 4 of the Batman 0 Point comic. Skip this entry if you do not want to be spoiled. In the issue, Batman sends Fish Stick down into the waters to check for traps and or any security measures they might have triggered. After being gone for a few pages, Batman finds Fish Stick badly burned and trapped under rubble. Fish Stick gives Batman a device, one that can prevent a person in the loop from forgetting their memories, leaving them completely unaffected by the island's effects. Fish Stick's final words to Batman tells him the truth. Someone is lying. They didn't escape the loop. They were never in it. They remember everything. One of us is working for... Dead. Fish Stick dies before he can get the full truth out, but we later find out that Deathstroke was the traitor. Power Chord is Penny's sister. In Save the World, Power Chord and Penny are sisters. This little bit of knowledge is also confirmed through a special interaction while wearing the Penny skin in Chapter 2, Season 6. Drift was a human taken by the 0 Point. This was a theory that was pretty much the truth back in Season 5. In the cinematic trailer for the season, Drift would be seen in the desert, spraying his logo onto the Durr Burger. He would later be rifted into the game, along with the Durr Burger and the ATK that was playing Blast Off by Joywave. Drift would later be contacted by Vi, the last member of the Fox Clan, and that's when he would join the Fox Clan. Scrapped Founders emote. So initially when Save the World wasn't on life support and being abused, there was plans for an emote to be available for Founders members. The emote was Storm Salutations, added back in Update 3, which is Season 3's release all the way back in February of 2018. This emote is a reference to Dark Souls, with the Praise the Sun gesture. This emote was presumed scrapped once Fortnite stopped updating Save the World as often, and the Founders Packs were removed. However, in Chapter 2, Season 6, there is a shot in the trailer that is very realistic, showing 3 figures doing the gesture, which has brought speculations that it might return. However, that was 2021, so it's never going to return. Will this emote ever be released? Probably not. Peely is Jonesy. Hey, so remember that short I mentioned in Part 1, Tier 3? You do? Oh, you don't? Well, maybe you should rewatch the first part. I don't know. Maybe you should. During Season 9 and during the World Cup, several different shorts were made. I previously mentioned one featuring Castaway Jonesy and the flare gun, but now I'm talking about the human-sized banana who somehow has saved us more times than you can count on one hand, Peely. In the short, Banana Rift, it shows Jonesy walking with an open banana in his hand, because he's eating it. He stumbles across a rift and sticks the banana inside. However, this causes the banana and Jonesy to fuse together, creating Peely. So, Peely is technically a Jonesy. Teddy Bears versus Gnomes. Within Chapter 2, Season 2, and Season 3, there was a secret storyline going on as Ghost and Shadow were facing off, and the island flooded. The Gnomes versus Teddy Bears saw both factions at war, with the Teddy Bears holding one of the Gnomes hostage. Over the next few days, Gnomes were added outside the building with the secret underground base in it, surrounding it and causing more conflict. Later on, both factions would face each other, but disarming the group would bring peace to them. In Season 3, the factions would remain on a raft, floating on the flooded island, not before disappearing and reappearing back at square one. This, however, was removed, and the factions were never seen again. Fortnite x Nintendo. During Chapter 2, Season 5, Fortnite and Nintendo were in talks with bringing Samus into the game. Over the span of a season, Season 5 to Season 6, this idea wouldn't happen. The reason? Nintendo wanted Samus to exclusively be a Nintendo skin. And I don't mean only obtainable through a Switch. No, apparently Nintendo wanted Samus to not be visible on other platforms, appearing as a default skin instead. As of right now, the only Nintendo collabs in Fortnite are the Switch exclusive skins, like Wildcat and Double Helix. The Last Reality will return. It's heavily speculated that The Last Reality will return, and they kinda already have. In Chapter 5, Season 4, many items were added that were very suspicious. Otherworld and Rolling Glyphs were two raps that seemingly had connections to both a leaked skin in a survey, as well as The Last Reality. Speaking of that survey skin, many people believe that the skin is actually the Nothing, the so-called leader of The Last Reality. About a week ago in Season 5 OG, Kevin the Cube returned, now officially named Revan. I'm not even gonna joke with you. I would have rather preferred Randy or Randall instead of fucking Revan. It's not even that creative. This has sparked the idea that The Last Reality has or will be returning. Don't mind me. I'm drinking my lean. Tastes like chemical warfare. Troll TV. In Save the World, in the first season of Fortnite Battle Royale, when interacting with a TV, it would show a troll dancing. This is one of the few connections between Fortnite Save the World and Fortnite Battle Royale. The Taker appears on Power Chord's shirt, which is a connection to the Storms band that she's a part of. The decal was also added as a spray in Season 3 OG. Decals of husks also appear on the factory buildings near Flush Factory. The final connection was during the end event of Chapter 1, where Ray comments about the issues of not being able to play either Save the World or Creative.
Everything is fine. There's nothing to worry about. I will fix everything. Not that anything is wrong. I have a cold. That is why my voice sounds interdimensional. Okay, Commander, I have a plan. Do not worry. I will fix this. Everything's fine. There's nothing to worry about. But if something were wrong, I would fix it.
Raz attracted The Last Reality. In Chapter 2, Season 6, Raz was introduced. Raz was a researcher, researching and investigating the Spire, having the Looper join him and researching him. He would find a part of the Spire, gaining powers but gradually corrupting him over time. After his defeat, his body was turned into a hazy blue, because he died. However, due to his death, he alerted The Last Reality, Harmony Lee controversy. In Chapter 4, Season 3, there was a skin in the files, prepared to be released. Harmony Lee, created by user Shy Not Fury, was leaked and was within the files of the game. However, the skin was never released. Why was the skin never released? In the summer of 2023, Not Fury was involved in a controversy with allegations of inappropriate behavior towards a minor. The skin was pulled and has never seen a release, and probably will never. Kraken live event. Okay, so this is just a little warning. I typed this back in like this entry in season 3 of chapter 6, right before the event happened, but then I updated it to include the event while I was in the road, like on the road, for like right as the event was happening. But of course, it was just tentacles. So part of this is kind of just a rambling man being crazy. Back in chapter 2, there was a coastal area with 2 destroyed houses on it. Many people believed that it was due to a kraken destroying these houses. But there's something called a landslide, and the stuff the stuff inside the houses were on the beach, which was underneath the houses. Although the recent event didn't fully involve a kraken, it still had something with eyes and a tentacle, but how big this thing is unknown. It's bugs. It's bugs. This is me, like, right now, saying this. It's all bugs. Bugs. It's bug related, not a kraken. Calamity jiggle physics. Okay, Gooners, don't get crazy with this entry. Back in chapter 1, season 6, Calamity was added through the battle pass. Calamity is a cowboy, or cowgirl, I should say. But there was one major bug with the skin. Or should I say, unwanted bones. Calamities. Sorry. Oh, excuse me. Calamities. Fuck, dude. I'm sorry. I got something in my throat. Calamities honkers would jiggle. Hey, whoa, stop your gooning. Stop the The reason why people found out about this was due to the use of 2 emotes. One of them was Jubilation, and dude, I'm not saying that fucking name. Not at all. The jiggle physics were removed shortly thereafter, so you gooners out there can no longer goon to the skin. You fucking freaks. Berserker Mist Monster. The Berserker Mist Monster appears in the new Save the World missions, Hunt the Titan. In the mission, the commanders must hunt down and kill a giant smasher, who has crystals similar to that of the Storm King. The Berserker is deemed a Mist Titan, a new boss that hopefully doesn't expand, because good golly, it is hard enough to fight one pre-nerf Star Wand. This entry will give people who played competitively in Chapter 1 Season X PTSD. So the Star Wand is a pickaxe released in Season 8. It's a wand with a star on it. No duh. In Season X, the pickaxe became glitched, which allowed it to do damage. Now, hold on a second. Now, before you comment, no shit, Sherlock, all pickaxes did. This one was much different. The Star One would deal 56 damage instead of the 20 at the time, and had a chance of doing 84 headshot damage. The only one with headshot potential. The Star One was the only other pickaxe to have this issue, as the AC/DC pickaxe was also affected. Season 1 swing set. Season 1 to Season 3. A perfect time to accidentally get banned. Huh? Yeah. So, the swing sets in these seasons had physics. When you jumped on the swing set, it would glitch out, and cause you to glitch out with it. If you did this for long enough, the game would mark you, sensing that you were cheating, and ban you. The swing set's physics were removed after many people were banned due to this exploit. The unvaulting event was rigged. Many people believed the unvaulting event was rigged, and they have the right to believe it. The items set for the unvaulting event were the planes, infinity sword, bouncers, grappler, tactical SMG, and our winner, the drum gun. Many people believe that the inclusion of the drum gun caused many people to vote for it, since a good majority of the community wanted it to return. This event also brings us to the next entry. No sweat insurance equals destruction. During that same event, the volcano erupted, which destroyed Retail Row and Tilted Towers, except for one building. Despite being relatively big in size, the No Sweat Insurance building wasn't destroyed. Hell, it didn't even get a scratch. In Chapter 3, the same thing happened. During the war, a few buildings were partially damaged, but not the insurance building. 2 seasons later, when No Sweat Insurance began lifting buildings off the ground to prevent chrome from corrupting them, it affected the locations where the buildings once were, including Tilted Towers, which at that point was called Tainted Towers. Oh, and one more thing, the island fucking exploded. This is a warning. If you ever see the No Sweat Insurance building later on in the future, that probably means that destruction will be coming soon. Cut Werewolf Miss Monster. Back in the old times of Save the World, there were plans to include a werewolf-like Miss Monster. Not much is known about the Miss Monster, as when the assets are activated in a specific version, there are no animations nor sounds, which means it was probably scrapped pretty early into its development. Original Fortnite storyline. Now before I begin this entry, I want to confirm something. This entry was originally going to talk about Chapter 3 and Chapter 4, like how they used to be one chapter. However, recently I learned that Fortnite wasn't going to do collabs at all if it wasn't for the directors of Winter Soldier, Civil War, Endgame, Infinity War, Doomsday, and probably Secret War. The Russo brothers. Originally, former story head Donald Mustard wanted to have a flourished story for Fortnite, but due to Epic Games wanting to change focus and make Fortnite a multi-universe and game mode game, it caused the initial ideas of Chapter 3 to be scrapped and thrown all over the place. The other and most recent version is that initially there wasn't going to be collabs in Fortnite, meaning that the storyline could have been very different if the Russo brothers didn't come to Epic Games and give them the idea of having Thanos in the game. People who have escaped the loop. Many people have actually escaped the loop. The most well-known people are Jones, for obvious reasons, Sloane, Hope, the Seven, Geno, and Batman. No, I am not kidding. In the DC comic collab, Batman 0 Point, we get confirmation on a few other people who escaped the loop. These characters are Renegade Raider, Fishstick, Batman, Catwoman, Bandolette, Bonehead, Magnus, and Voyager. However, some of these characters wouldn't survive. Characters that died. Skip this entry if you don't want spoilers for the events of Batman 0 Point. As previously mentioned, several characters have escaped the loop, but some have also died. The 2 best known examples of people who not only escaped the loop but died are Fishstick and Voyager. As previously mentioned, Fishstick was killed by Deathstroke in the Batman 0 Point comic series. The Dark Voyager also met his fate in this comic run. In issue 5, he jumped into the 0 Point and was literally ripped apart, and pieces of him were sent all across reality. He actually has the goriest death of any character. Sloane is technically another character who died, since it was confirmed that the 0 Point in Chapter 4 died and exploded, which means Asteria was destroyed and she didn't join Jonesy in going back in time. The 7 are also technically dead, because they were all turned into chrome and transformed into something else. Several Marvel characters would die in Chapter 5, Season 4, like Human Torch, The Thing, Invisible Woman, maybe, Thanos, Moon Knight, Ultron, Namor, Magneto, Silver Surfer, Doctor Doom, Mysterio, and Emma Frost. Nobody else has fully died in Fortnite as of yet, but that can very well change later on. Fortnite X It Chapter 2. During Season X, some POIs would have a red balloon floating from a sewer grate. This was a reference to Pennywise, the dancing clown from the It franchise. Many believed that there was going to be a Pennywise skin added to the game, but nothing came out of the collab, either because it's an official Easter egg or the collab was scrapped. Tomato Head is a cult leader. Tomato Head is straight up just a fucking cult leader. When the Pizza Pit Tomato Head was rifted away in Season 4, no one knew where it went. When it returned in Season 5, it also brought with it a temple that worshipped Tomato Head. He even got an edit style at that update. The creepiest part is from a Season 6 loading screen, where it shows a Durr Burger employee surrounded by tomato heads as they prepare to put a tomato on his head. As Tomato Head looks into the camera. Scary, ain't it? Who is the Shapeless Man? The mystery of the Shapeless Man is interesting. The first mention of the Shapeless Man was in Chapter 4, Season 1 by Stellan. And that's it. No, like, literally, that's it. Look at the Fortnite wiki. It is a single paragraph. But we can speculate who the Shapeless Man could be. The first theory is probably the most likely. Geno. The Shapeless Man shares similar ideas to Geno, both wanting a world of perfect order. Stellan's fucking storyline quote literally says he's always imagined a world of perfect order. It's like fucking crystal clear there. The second theory, and another one that also makes a lot of sense, is the Nothing. Both the Nothing and the Shapeless Man have evil intent. I mean, come on. Shapeless is the fucking name, for fuck's sakes. Stellan also mentions stars being swallowed in darkness. See, this is where I pull the theory that Geno and the Nothing are secretly one and the same. The third theory is honestly a mindfuck. Stellan could be the Shapeless Man. Quote the Fortnite wiki, the Shapeless Man seems able to monitor everything Stellan does, and only speaks to him in his dreams. Stellan tells the Looper that when he was a child, he had neither a name nor a family. According to Princess Lexa, the exiled sages were wary of Stellan, and additionally, Sloane implied Stellan was not human, and that she knew what he was during the discussion with the latter. However, Stellan does not seem to be aware of this according to Sloane. The Shapeless Man could therefore be an alternate personality of Stellan, and not a separate entity. Alright, the last two theories I'm just gonna group together, because why not? It says that Kato Thorn or Triarch Nox are the Shapeless Man. Both of these guys fit and do not fit the build of being the Shapeless Man. Not to mention, Triarch Nox hasn't even been important to the storyline whatsoever, and Kato Thorn is dead as hell. Literally smoke. Yeah, so this is a little update, since Kato Thorn was updated in Update 37, which is odd. Not to mention that the Chapter 1 Season 5 OG... Oh fuck, my headphones just turned off. Not to mention that the Chapter 1 Season 5 OG map, Noms is now Moon, and there's also a wolf building on the map. Is Kato coming back? If he is, we might get an answer to the identity of the Shapeless Man. Clickbait that became real. There have been several times in which clickbait Fortnite videos pretty much predicted things coming into the game. Helicopters, sharks, Iron Man, Thor's hammer, Captain America's shields. All of these were clickbait videos back in the day of 2018. But nowadays, we have Thor's hammer, Captain America's shield, Iron Man, helicopters, and sharks. Vinderman died in an explosion. As mentioned in the entry talking about him, Dr. Vinderman would die in the mission I'm Probably Dead. It is confirmed that he died during the experiments involving an experimental singularity pulse bomb which we see the aftermath of in I'm Probably Dead. Bunker Jonesy predicted the future. In Season 9, both Jonesy and Peely were locked in a bundle for an undisclosed amount of time. During this period of time, Jonesy would see the future, drawing and painting everything he saw. The loading screen visions shows what exactly he drew. The monster versus mech, the return of Kevin, the meteor, Dusty Depot, and the factories, a rocket going into a rift, and the visitor. All of these would later return within the end of Season 9 and Season X. Wreck-It Ralph collab. In Season 6, Fortnite would have one of the most forgettable collabs in its lifespan. Fortnite x Wreck-It Ralph would see Ralph join the game. On the screen at Risky Reels. There also was a free emote to go with it, but this emote hasn't been seen since November of 2018. Yeah, this collaboration was very weak compared to what came before it with the Infinity Gauntlet game mode, and after it with literally every single collaboration that wasn't just a skin. Soul Sucker. Soul Sucker was the original version of the Taker. In this version, the Taker would... Fuck, I'm sorry. I'm reading the script. Okay, I'm keeping this one in. I'm reading the script, and I have a picture of what the fucking thing looked like. It is the scariest fucking thing I have ever seen in my entire life. And that's not even a joke. This is just terrifying. In this version, the Taker would have the ability to suck the soul out of a player, killing them instantly. Thankfully, we got the flying and phasing through walls version nowadays, instead of the Soul Sucker. P.S. The Soul Sucker is actually a name that Ken gives them.
Taker! Soul Sucker!
Storm Tracker item. In Update 4.20, the jetpack was added, and was in the game from the update it was added in to Update 4.40. However, for the first 30 minutes of its lifespan in Fortnite, it wasn't in the game. For literally only 30 minutes, the jetpack was replaced with the Eye of the Storm Tracker, which when equipped would show the next storm circle. This item was instantly removed and replaced by the jetpack and hasn't been seen since. Is what I would say if the features never appeared again. The idea of being able to see the later... Holy shit, I'm losing my voice. Dude, wow, I'm keeping this in as a blooper. I just lost my voice for a bit. The idea of being able to see the later storm circles before the previous one closed has been, and is still, present within the game. The Storm Scout sniper rifle and forecast towers use the same system as the Eye of the Storm Tracker used, permanently burying this item for good. Rue controversy. Rue is one of the first previously released skins to become banned. Unlike others for real-world incidents, Rue was banned for a very good reason. The way Rue was designed made many people call her a Nazi. I honestly kinda agree with this statement because she does look like one, and the color scheme and the headdress that she has makes her look like an officer. Rue's last appearance was in May of 2020, and she has never seen the light of day since. Leprechaun skin. During one of the seasons, I'm not even sure, there was a promotion for a creative map made by Adam. I think that's how you say the name. In the promotion, it shows a very interesting skin, a leprechaun, but this was the only time the skin was ever seen. The skin is a remix of Hagavat, a skin that vanished for over 1,000 days. The skin has never been released, and with the dwindling amount of holiday skins outside of Halloween and Christmas, this skin will probably never release. Crackshot is a furry. Crackshot's a furry. He literally fucking confirms this in the Christmas event.
Crackshot, you strike me as the kind of guy who appreciates a furry cuddly friend.
Whoever told you that is a no-good fur-faced liar!
Sorry. I honestly didn't think this was an upsetting question.
Yes, I've been to 2 conventions, but both were the result of a series of hilarious misunderstandings. And yes, I have a persona, but it was created out of a sense of duty to the other convention goers.
I just meant, would you like a teddy bear?
Fortnite language. Confirmed by the voice actress for Scar in Chapter 5, Season 3, Sarah Natacheni, the language that Fortnite characters speak is called Fortlish. Fortlish is a gibberish-like language that almost every character speaks. Yes, almost every character. The exceptions to this are Jonesy, Hope, Oracle, and the Nothing.